What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, my people? Welcome to another episode of the Certified Genius Podcast. This is where we recap week by week of the 2025 NFL season. This podcast is brought to you by Genius Minds, straight out of the Genius Minds studios in Los Angeles, California. I am your humble servant, Coach G. I am your certified genius. And remember, there's a genius in all of us. So find the genius within you. Now, for those who don't know, I started this podcast really and truly to vent on my teams, my sports teams, just not up to par when it comes to winning a championship. And all my teams right now, in my humble opinion, are pretenders. They're pretenders, in my humble opinion. They're not ready right now, as constituted, to win a championship. And that's just my humble opinion. Now, I have a lot of my 49er friends online calling me a fair weather fan, a wishy-washy fan, because we have a 10-4 record. I'm not a fanatic. I love my teams, but I'm also realistic. I had somebody told me the other day, I think it was Instagram. I had an Instagram or Facebook. They told me I'm one of the most pessimistic 49er fans they've ever seen. And it's not that I'm pessimistic. I love my team. You know, win, lose, or draw, I love my teams. I am not a fair weather fan, but I am also realistic. I'm not like Cowboys and Raiders fans. They win one game and they think they're going to the Super Bowl. This is our year. No. That's just unrealistic. Your team is not constituted as it is right now to win a championship. Neither is my 49ers, as much as I love my teams. So, this is why I started this podcast, so I can vent about my teams being pretenders. Now, maybe one day they can flip the switch and become contenders, but for right now, in my humble opinion, they are pretenders. Nevertheless, let's get it on and popping. This is where we recap week 15 of the 2025 NFL season. As usual, we're going to start with my 49ers. My Niners are 10-4 after beating the Tennessee Titans 37-24. Now, people are going to say, okay, you're 10-4. You just beat the Titans 37-24. What do you have to complain about? They're 10-4. They should be contenders, right? Not in my humble opinion. So my Niner fans could call me delusional again, could call me crazy, could call me pessimistic, could call me wishy-washy. But a Tennessee Titans team that's only won 2 games this year. Yes, we beat them 37-24. But the way we won the game is just not championship caliber play. Our offense did good. Brock Purdy converted a lot of third down conversions. But our defense gave up 24 points. Against championship caliber teams, we are not scoring 37 points. And if we give up 24 points to a championship caliber team, we would lose that game. We would lose that game. Plain and simple. But Niner fans don't want to hear that. We've become delusional, just like Cowboys and Raiders fans. We've become delusional. And I'm realistic. I love my teams, but I'm realistic. I've been around long enough. I've watched enough sports long enough to know what a championship caliber team looks like and plays like. And this 49ers team, yes, we're 10-4. Yes, we're 10-4. Sounds good, right? But this is not a championship caliber team, especially on the defensive side. To give up 24 points to a rookie quarterback in Cam Ward, to a Tennessee Titans team that's only won 2 games this year, to give up 24 points to that team tells me a lot about my team. The defense, even though they say we have one of the best defensive coordinators in the game, Robert Saleh, the defense, in my humble opinion, is just not up to par. Just not. Nevertheless, my 49ers are 10-4 after beating the Tennessee Titans 37-24. Then on Monday Night Football, we had the Pittsburgh Steelers beating the Miami Dolphins 28-15. Aaron Rodgers, he looked like Aaron Rodgers on Monday night. He looked like Aaron Rodgers. He played like Aaron Rodgers. The Aaron Rodgers that we know. 28-15. Pittsburgh Steelers won that game. Then we have the Minnesota Vikings going to Dallas, in Jerry's World, and beating the Cowboys 34-26. Just when I was saying to myself, I'm a little iffy on Minnesota's quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. I've been a little iffy on him. I don't know what to make of him. I don't know if he's a franchise quarterback. I had my doubts. Now, I don't know if one game can make me change my mind. I need to see some consistency. But the way he played against the Cowboys on the road, beating the Cowboys handily, 34-26. I got to give the young man some props. I have to give him his props. He made the passes when he needed to with some zip on his ball. He used his legs when he needed to. And he definitely looked. He looked the part. So J.J. McCarthy, quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings, I salute you, because I had my doubts. The Vikings went in Dallas and beat the Cowboys 34-26. Then we have the Denver Broncos at home, protecting the house, beating up on the Green Bay Packers, 34-26. The Broncos are 12-2. That's another quarterback, Bo Nix, that I've been iffy about. But he has his team at 12-2. Yes, they have a great defense, really good defense. But the Broncos are rocking and rolling, 12-2. Best record in the league. After beating the Packers 34-26. Then we had the Detroit Lions coming out west to LA to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua. Man. Now that's a championship caliber team. The Los Angeles Rams beat the Lions 41-34. Matthew Stafford, my goodness, this guy's on fire. One of the best quarterbacks in the league, leading his team. The Rams are 11-3 after beating the Lions 41-34. And just when I think the Carolina Panthers were rocking and rolling, they hit a bump in the road once again. They went in New Orleans and lost to the New Orleans Saints 20-17. The Carolina Panthers, I thought you was on the up and up, but you let me down. The New Orleans Saints protected the house and won that game 20-17. And then we move on. The Indianapolis Colts went to Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. And they almost came out with a win. But Seattle hit a late game field goal at the end of the game to win that game 18-16. We had Phillip Rivers, Grandpa, coming off the couch and almost pull off the upset in Seattle. But the Seattle Seahawks came out victorious, won that game 18-16. And then I think we just witnessed the end of an era, end of a dynasty with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Los Angeles Chargers flew to the Midwest to take on the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. And the Chargers came out with a W, beating the Kansas City Chiefs 16-13. And in that game, my homeboy, Patrick Mahomes, my homie, tore his ACL. And like I've been saying all season long, something ain't right in Kansas City. So my homie, Patrick Mahomes, is done for the season. And we see the end of an era, end of a dynasty in Kansas City. Unbelievable. But that's why they say all good things must come to an end, right? So there you have it. Los Angeles Chargers on the road, beating the Kansas City Chiefs 16-13. Then we have the Washington Commanders going to New York and beating the Giants 29-21. Another quarterback that I've been iffy on I don't know if he's a franchise quarterback or not, but Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars beat the New York Jets 48-20. Trevor Lawrence got his team rolling. Jaguars are 10-4 after beating the Jets 48-20. Then we have the Houston Texans beating up on the Arizona Cardinals 40-20. CJ Stroud have his team at 9-5, and he missed a few games earlier in the season due to a concussion. But the Texans have one of the best defenses in the league, and CJ is coming into his own. Has his team at 9-5 after beating the Cardinals 40-20. Then we have the Chicago Bears beating up on Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns 31-3. The Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson got that team rolling. The Bears are 10-4 after beating the Browns 31-3, and they made Shedeur Sanders look bad. I was praying and hoping Shedeur have a good game. Whether to win or lose, I didn't really care, but I just wanted to see him have a good game because I want to see him do good to shut the critics up. But that wasn't the case this past Sunday against the Chicago Bears. The Bears blew them out 31-3. Another game that I watched on Sunday was the Buffalo Bills going into New England and beating the New England Patriots 35-31. That was a thrilling game. The Patriots was up big on them early in the game. Patriots went up 21-0. Drake May had his team rolling. But the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, they say, hold up. Wait a minute. The Buffalo Bills came charging. And they pull out a victory on the road in New England. Beat the Patriots 35-31. And then another team that I've been iffy on all season long was the Baltimore Ravens. They went in Cincinnati. On the road and just completely shut them down. 24-0. 24-0. Unbelievable. The Ravens, I don't know what to make of you. Nevertheless, the Ravens won that game 24-0. Then we have the defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, at home, taking on the lowly Raiders and shutting them out 31-0. I'm not sure what's going on in Las Vegas with the Raiders. I don't know if it's the coaching. I don't know if it's the quarterback. I don't know if it's the personnel. I don't know what's going on. But that team is just atrocious. And I have a lot of Raider fans out here. I have a lot of friends out here that are Raider fans. You know, out here in California, it's a lot of Rams fans, a lot of Chargers fans, but we also have a lot of Raiders fans. But the incompetence just rubs me the wrong way. Week after week, the incompetence is just at an all-time high. Come on, Pete Carroll, you're supposed to be a Hall of Fame coach. What's going on in Las Vegas? I'm not saying you got to win every game, but you want to be able to compete. And a lot of the Raider games I've watched this year, I mean, just no competition. Like, what are we doing? I mean, y'all are getting paid millions. And I don't understand how any owner of any sports team, I don't care what sports team it is, I don't understand how any owner can sit up there in their suite week after week, game after game, and just see a level of incompetence and don't do nothing about it. Don't start, ruffling some feathers. Like I say, it's not, you don't have to win every game, but you want to compete in every game. And as an owner, if I'm an owner, you guys are gone. Gone. I'm not paying you millions of dollars for mediocrity. I'm just not. I don't care if I have $1 trillion in my bank account. I am not paying you, the athlete, the coach, the personnel, the general manager, the scouting department. I am not paying you 6 and 7 and 8 figure salaries for incompetence. And it's just mind-boggling to me how these owners can sit up there in their suite and don't ruffle some feathers. Whether it's the head coach, whether it's the offensive coordinator. Now, they did fire the offensive coordinator. They fired Chip Kelly, midway through the season. The defensive coordinator, they should be gone too. Because you're paying for mediocrity. You're paying for incompetence. It's like, come on. Nevertheless, the Philadelphia Eagles. Here I am venting for another team. I should only be venting about my Niners. But we won. So, anyways, the Eagles won that game 31-0. Then we had the Atlanta Falcons going in Tampa and beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was a must-win game for the Buccaneers. And Atlanta went in there and beat the Buccaneers 29-28. And I saw the headlines. I saw the press conference after the game, and their head coach for the Buccaneers, he was venting in front of the media. He was venting. But he has to take some of the blame. This is an Atlanta Falcons team that came in the game. They've only won 4 games so far at that point, before this game started with the Buccaneers. Atlanta came into your building and put up 29 points on your defense. So, as a coach, you got to take some responsibility. You went to, in front of the cameras to the media and talking about your players got to do better. Yes, they do. I agree. But you're the defensive coordinator. You're the one that's implementing these schemes, to slow down the other team. You're the one that didn't make the necessary adjustments to slow them down. Therefore, they put up 29 points at you in your house. If you want to be a championship caliber team, you can't allow that. So there you have it. Your boy, Coach G, venting. Week 15 of the 2025 NFL season. There's your recap. Remember, this is the Certified Genius Podcast, brought to you by Genius Minds, straight out of the Genius Mind Studios in Los Angeles, California. I am your humble servant, Coach G. I am your certified genius. Ask me any questions, I will tell you no lie. And if I don't have an answer, I'll refer you to someone who does. You want to be a certified genius? Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We send you some free gears. So yeah, there you have it. That was our recap of week 15 of the 2025 NFL season. Not only a recap, but it was me venting again, because I didn't like what I see from my 49ers. Even though we won the game and we're 10-4, I still didn't like what I see, especially on the defense. That's not championship caliber style of play that I'm looking for from my teams. So there you have it. Our recap of week 15. And now we make our predictions for week 16. And this segment is called Who You Got? Once again, this is the Certified Genius Podcast, presented to you by Genius Minds. And remember, there's a genius in all of us. So find the genius within you. Yeah. Let's get this on and popping. Week 16. We're going to start with my Niners. We are going to start with my Niners on Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football. The world is watching. The entire NFL is watching. There's no other game on. Monday Night Football. We got my Niners going out on the road to Indianapolis to take on the grandpa, Philip Rivers, straight off the couch. We're going to Indy to take on the Indianapolis Colts on Monday Night Football. Who you got? You got grandpa? You got grandpa Philip Rivers? Or you got my Niners? Who you got? I'm going to take my Niners on the road to win this game. And if Philip Rivers pull off the upset next week when I film this podcast, I'm going to lose my mind. You're going to really hear me venting if we lose this game. We can't let Philip Rivers come straight off the couch and beat us, beat my Niners on Monday Night Football, where the entire world is watching. If we let that happen, oh boy, get ready. Get your popcorn ready for the next episode. But I firmly believe I firmly believe, I pledge allegiance to my San Francisco 49ers to go on the road in Indy and put Grandpa Philip Rivers to bed. Let him know it's past his bedtime. It's past his curfew. I got my Niners winning the game. Who you got? Yeah. Then we have on Thursday night football, a big game in the division. A big game. One of these teams at the end of the game gonna be 11-4. The NFC West is gonna be heating up this Thursday night. Thursday night and Monday night football. The world is watching. We got the Los Angeles Rams. Matthew Stafford, he's been on fire. Going up to Seattle in a hostile environment to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Both teams are 11-3. Whoever wins this game is going to be in first place by themselves in the NFC West. The Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks on Thursday night football. Who you got? I'm rolling with the home team. I am rolling with the home team. I'm taking Seattle to win that game. I'm taking Seattle to win that game. The Rams are going to be without Devontae Adams, who injured his hamstring on Sunday. So he's not playing this Thursday, which means the Seahawks are going to double team Puka Nacua all game long, which is going to make things a little difficult for Matthew Stafford. I'm taking the Seahawks to win that game. Who you got? Then we have the Philadelphia Eagles going to Washington to take on the Washington Commanders. I got the Eagles winning that game on the road in Washington. Got the Eagles winning that game. Then we have another big game on Sunday. And this is Sunday Night Football, another premier primetime game. Everyone's watching. Sunday Night Football on NBC. The Green Bay Packers go to Chicago. They go to the Windy City to take on the Chicago Bears. Who you got? I got the Chicago Bears protecting the house. I got the Bears winning that game over the Packers. Hopefully it's not snowing. Hopefully the conditions are nice. It's going to be cold, but hopefully it's not snowing, so the field conditions, is up to par, so these guys can really play the game at a high level. Nevertheless, I got the Chicago Bears winning that game. Then we have the Cincinnati Bengals going to Miami to take on the Miami Dolphins. I got the Dolphins at home winning that game. Then we have the Buffalo Bills going to Cleveland to take on Shedeur Sanders. I'm hoping Shedeur has a good game, but I think the Buffalo Bills finds a way to win that game on the road against a really good Cleveland defense. I got the Bills winning that game. Who you got? Then we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Carolina. Both teams are fighting for the division. Both teams are 7-7. The Buccaneers going to Carolina to take on the Panthers. I'm gonna go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game. I'm gonna take the Bucs. It's on the road. I understand that. But after being embarrassed by Atlanta on Sunday, well, actually, that game was on Thursday. That was the Thursday night game in Atlanta at Tampa. After being embarrassed at home by Atlanta, I think the Buccaneers come out with a chip on their shoulders against Carolina on the road. I got the Buccaneers winning that game. Come on, Baker Mayfield, don't let me down. Got the Bucs winning that game. Who you got? Then we have the Los Angeles Chargers going to Dallas, going to Jerry World to take on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to take the Cowboys to win that game at home. This is a must-win game for them. I'm going to take the Cowboys to win that game. Who you got? Then we have the Kansas City Chiefs going to Tennessee. Remember, my homeboy, Patrick Mahomes, is out for the season with a torn ACL. But I'm going to take Kansas City on the road to beat the Tennessee Titans. I got the Chiefs. Then we have the New York Jets going to New Orleans to take on the New Orleans Saints. Who you got? I got the Saints. Let the Saints go marching in. I got the Saints. Then we have the Minnesota Vikings going to New York to take on the New York Football Giants. Based on what I saw in J.J. McCarthy, I'm going to take the Vikings to win that game on the road in New York. I got the Vikings winning that game. Then we have the Atlanta Falcons going to Arizona to take on the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to take the Falcons to win that game. And then another big game on Sunday. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Denver to take on the Denver Broncos. Who you got? I got the Broncos protecting the house. Got the Broncos winning that game. Then we have the Las Vegas Raiders going to Houston to take on the Houston Texans. I got the Texans winning that game. Then we have the Pittsburgh Steelers going to Detroit. Both teams are 8-6. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Detroit Lions in Detroit. I got the Detroit Lions winning that game. I'm going with the home team. I got the Lions winning that game. And then Sunday Night Football. The New England Patriots, they go to Baltimore to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Who you got? I'm going to take the Patriots to win that game on the road in a hostile environment. I believe Drake May is up to the challenge. I got the New England Patriots winning that game. Who you got? So there you have it. We did our recap and we made our predictions. Once again, this is the Certified Genius Podcast, presented to you by Genius Minds, straight out of the Genius Minds studios in Los Angeles, California. Remember, there's a genius in all of us, so find the genius within you. Every single one of us have genius level talent within us, but we got to find it. Find your passion, find your genius, find your vision, find your genius. It's in you, it's within you. There's a genius in all of us. That's what Genius Minds is all about. All right, so there you have it. Another week, another episode. It's your boy, Coach G. I am your certified genius. And the NFL season is winding down. Just a few more games left. I appreciate you watching. Until next time, stay safe and stay blessed. Peace and love.